Hey there, fellow wood shavers. Brian here with the Wood Shave Experience. Thanks for tuning in today. Sorry, I'm gonna put all this stuff together. Today we'll be using 345 soaps Bel Air. I have the somewhere matching splash on that, and I will be using the PAA Starcraft brush. I will be using the RazoRock Gamechanger, and this is a 3-piece razor, so there's the 3 pieces. I'm going to be using a first use Nasset blade in there, and this is about how much soap that I scoop usually. So this is the baby spoon, so you can see, I don't know how much you want to call that, an almond size amount, 1/4 of a teaspoon, 1/3 of a teaspoon, not sure. And then this is my brother-in-law produced 3D bowl. But what I do is I stick it in there and I spread it around the bowl, kind of in a thinner layer. This is a pretty soft soap. And then it looks like that. So we will get that lathered up. And then with the 3-piece razor, so we've got our top cap, and we will just pop the blade on that. The posts for to hold the blade in place are on the base plates for this razor. So then we are put together like that. So I kind of just hold it on the sides like so, and then we will thread in the handle, kind of hold it on the sides like that, and I tighten her down. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get lathered off camera, and I'll be right back. All right, folks, I am back. I am lathered up in the bowl, and this is what we look like, lathered up. So quite a bit of volume for the amount of soap I used, if you like, for this base. So let's wet the face and get started. So this will be the first go on the Gamechanger, so that's pretty cool. Excited to try that. And then this is kind of cool little touch that John put a 345 soap. It's actually a guitar pick in here. I think you could actually it's a pretty thick one, so you could probably scoop the soap with it. So pretty cool little touch. I didn't scoop the soap with it, but you easily could use it with that fashion if you're not a guitar player. I should break out my guitar, use the pick. I'm not very good at it though. All right, so this is in John's new Trinity base. John Patton is the artisan behind 345 soap. Pretty cool real-time Instagram thing with So Sharp David and IAMCDB that they did on Friday, where they had John on there as a guest. If you want to check it out, Chris IAMCDB put a video of it on his Facebook channel, or not Facebook, YouTube channel. So I'll link Chris's YouTube channel if you're interested in hearing directly from the artisan. I caught some of it on Friday, but not much, and I haven't had a chance to go watch the replay myself yet. So this is in the Trinity base, and Chris asked John how he came up with the Trinity base, and part of it, he said, is because it has 3 milks in it: camel milk, donkey milk, and goat's milk. And I think that camel milk is definitely unique, maybe the donkey milk as well. I don't know, I've seen goat's milk and stuff. But also he said he is a Christian, so he's somewhat religious, and that was the other inspiration for the Trinity base. So anyways, it's a very nice base. All right, so here we go. So it's definitely, let's see, if I look at, say, the Mercure 34C, you can see the head shape is slightly shallower on the Gamechanger than, say, the Mercure 34C. Let me get this hung back up so I don't drop it. All right. So, but the handle length is about slightly longer, but very similar. I can't remember what the millimeters. This is the HD handle, I believe. They have a bunch of different handles. And I think they're sold out right now on Italian Barber. But it's a really excellently priced razor. And it's shaving very well already. So we have the, as I mentioned, we have a first use Nasset blade in here. Yeah, very smooth. So this is the 0.68 blade gap plate. So they have, I think, a 0.84 on this one, and the loop has a 0.72 and then a 0.95, I believe. So I prefer usually less blade feel myself. That's my personal preference, and I don't really get any with this blade feel. So if you like less aggressive and not much blade feel, this is definitely fitting that bill. These retail for, I think, 65 bucks at Italian Barber, and I think if you order over $60 US, it's free shipping. All right, so let's talk about the soap. This is called Bel Air. And get some pretty cool old school label art on there. And it's got the 345 on the license plate and the front license plate, so that's pretty cool. The scent on this, scent strength, sometimes I forget to talk about scent strength. I've noticed, and I always go back and think, oh man, I forgot about it. So scent strength on this to me is probably a good solid medium, 5.5, maybe even 6. Sorry, I'm going against the grain now, forgetting what I'm doing here. So it's not overly bold with scent strength, but it is definitely there. So I would say, you know, pushing 6. I think different people's scales are a little bit different, so it kind of depends on how you do your scale. It's always kind of subjective, but to me, it's definitely strong enough and definitely present. And the scent notes on this are lavender, geranium, cedar, and mahogany. And honestly, to me, I don't really get, it's a little different than I was expecting. With the lavender and geranium, I was kind of expecting a little bit brighter scent, I guess. And to me, although he does call it clean and masculine, so to me, it's a little bit, I think you get a little bit more of like the cedar, maybe even the mahogany, more so than the cedar. Because to me, it's kind of a warm and spicy scent. And there's no spices listed in it, but it's, I don't know, spice could mean a lot of things, right? But it is a nice scent. I was hoping a little bit more for the lavender and the geranium to kind of come through. Lavender is one of my favorite scent notes. So I was kind of hoping for a little bit more of that. I will say it's kind of interesting. Flannel shirt, I think this should be Bel Air, and Bel Air scent should be flannel shirt. That's kind of how I think, because I think flannel shirt is definitely, you know, kind of a winner, but it's brighter than I was expecting, and this is darker than I was expecting. So I almost think that the scent should be reversed. That's just my opinion. I mean, it is a nice scent. I definitely have the 345 scents. Shipwreck is my favorite. I'm not sure where I'd rank this one versus like flannel shirt. I still have, so I'm on the third pass and I still have a ton of lather. So you do not need a whole lot of soap in the bowl. In fact, I thought I scooped a little bit less than usual and I still have plenty. So all right, so the razor is performing really nice. I've heard many people say that you can't really beat the value of the Italian Barber Gamechanger or even the Lupo. That for what you get, it's made in Canada, says on there. So, but for what you get, quality of construction and everything else, it's very difficult to beat the value of that. I do like the handle, and I do like the handle length on this. It fits well in my hand. I can still put my middle finger on the handle. All right, let's go against the grain. This Trinity base is really nice. Definitely very slick. Lathers super easily. Three, 4, 5 soap is definitely, I think, an up-and-comer. Soaps are getting a lot of play. Seen them on Chris's channel, IAMCDB, Anthony Esposito's channel, The Stallion. So I'm seeing them pop up in more and more places. It's now carried at the Razor Company. And by the way, what I did is actually John on his website, 345, because he sells more stuff. Oh, I almost got all this in. Hey, buddy. What's going on?
Too bright.
Too bright? Well, Daddy's shaving on a video, so I can't turn the light off. But you could go lay with Mommy. I can put you on the counter, little man.
No.
I know, but I gotta put you now. I'll be back, folks. All right, and I'm back. So that's just real life for me today, folks. From the time they get up to the time they go to bed, there is no time. All right, let's see where we're at. I think I've kind of been all over the place. I need to write myself like some cheat notes, like talk about this here, this here, this here. I like how this razor gets under my nose really easy. That is always a tough spot for me. And sometimes if the head of the razor is too big, or there's too much overhang on the end of the cap from the blade, I have a difficult time getting in there. Just pretty effortless with this razor. Really impressed. All right, I'm gonna rinse the face. I'm gonna try to, look at all this extra, still all this lather inside the brush and inside my bowl. So I think if you're a bowl latherer and you're low from the puck, I would say you probably don't need a ton, pretty short load. Although I'm not a face latherer, so I can't say for certain, but definitely if you're bowl lather, you do not need a very big amount of soap or a very large amount of soap. Good news to report on this is that I'm not getting any fragrance reaction or anything as I did on the Shipwreck. So that's good. So I don't know if it was a fragrance in there, so I'm just gonna spread this around. It's a lot of really nice ingredients in here. I didn't really list the ingredients on here, but there's a ton of really nice stuff in here. But what I was trying to say actually is that what I did is John now has a subscription service. So if you subscribe, you get a monthly shipment of whatever the soap of the month is, and then you get a 5% discount on it, and then you get early access to it. So he ships it out before he ships anything else out to the public, or probably to his retail vendors. And then the cool thing is if you already have something, like I think next month is Shark Bite, which I already have. So I'm probably not gonna get the new, even though I like the Trinity base, the old base is good enough, and I still have plenty of that soap, so I'm not gonna get any next month. So you can opt out, or you can suspend it if there's things that you don't want, or you're going on vacation or whatever. So it's really, really flexible. So it's a nice little deal and perk there. All right, so I'm gonna rinse the face and I'll be back for the post. All right, we are back for the post. So I left that lather on my face as I cleaned everything up. So I cleaned the brush up. I thought the Amber Aerolite is red, so it went with kind of the red of the Bel Air. Like I said, some great ingredients in this. It's a beef tallow, then it's got the donkey camel and goat's milk. It's got shea butter, coconut oil. It's got grapeseed oil, cocoa butter, yogurt lanolin, apricot oil, almond oil, jojoba oil, capuaca butter, which I'm not sure what that is. It's muru butter, kokum butter, and hydrolyzed silk protein. So a ton of ingredients. Very, very good value on this soap. It's $16.95 for 5.8 ounces of soap. So it's hard to beat that in terms of cost per ounce on soap. And his splash is $17.95, I think. All right, so we're shaking up. We get a little bit in the palm. I don't usually go too overboard with the amount of my splash. I need to get a little bit more. I'm picking up a little bit more of the lavender and geranium in the splash than in the soap. But I think what shines or comes out most for me is the mahogany and wood. And there's a spiciness to it, to me. So it is very masculine. I would say it's clean, but it's not fresh and clean like you would find with an aquatic like the Shipwreck or Eternity or Aqua di Gio, kind of fresh or clean. So there you have it, folks. Thanks for tuning in today. If you're new to the channel and you made it this far, thanks for making it this far. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And there's my son coming through the door. Those of you who've been around, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon on the channel.